Hi everyone, hope you are safe and following SMS. Do you know what is SMS? Sanitizer, mask, and social distancing. Myself, Vanilla from Madhushankara Institute of Technology. Today, my presentation topic is about electronic waste. So, let's get into the presentation.
No. Stop.
Electronic waste, an environment killer, where it is also known as e-waste. Today's electronic gadgets are tomorrow's electronic waste. In this presentation, I am going to focus on what is e-waste, source of e-waste, types of e-waste, effects of e-waste on environment, effects of e-waste on human body, how this become e-waste, methods of disposal of e-waste, advantages of recycling e-waste, and conclusion. So let's get started. In this slide, we are going to know what is e-waste. E-waste is a popular informal name of electronic products nearing the end of their useful life, like computers, televisions, mobiles, and fax machine are common electronic products. Many of these products can be reused, refurbished, or recycled. Informal processing of e-waste in developing countries can lead to adverse human health effects and environment. For next slide, move on to moving on to next slide. In this slide, we are going to know sources of e-waste. Waste generated from products used for data processing such as computers, devices like monitor, speakers, keyboards, printers, etc. and electronic devices used for entertainment like TV, DVDs and CD players. Equipment used for communication like phones, landline phones, fax, etc. Household equipments like microwave ovens, washing machines, air conditioner, etc. Audio-visual components such as VCRs, stereo equipment, etc. These are all devices are called as sources of e-waste. If we move on to the next slide. In this slide, I am going to discuss about types of e-waste. Refrigerators, washing machines, dryers, where comes under major appliance. Vacuum cleaners, irons, blenders, fryers, where comes under small appliance. Laptops, personal computers, telephones, mobile phones, where comes under computer and telecommunication appliance. Video and audio equipments, musical instruments where comes under consumer electronics. Light bulbs, fluorescent tubes, gas discharge lamps where comes under lighting devices. Gardening devices where comes under electrical and electronic tools. These are the major types of e-waste were being produced in our daily usage. In this slide, I am going to discuss about effects of e-waste on the environment. After soil contamination, heavy metals from e-waste such as mercury, lithium, lead then leaked through the earth even further to reach groundwater. When these heavy metals reaches groundwater, these eventually make their way into the ponds, streams, rivers and lakes, which led to water pollution. Emission from e-waste creates environment damage. Toxic chemicals from water enters the soil, crop, food pathway. These are not biodegradable and causes soil pollution. E-waste dumping yards or nearby places are polluted and cause health hazards, which led to human diseases and pollution led to imbalance in the life cycle of the environment. So move on to the next slide. These are the causes of e-waste led to the environment. Move on to the next slide. In this slide, I am going to discuss about effects of e-waste on human body. Elements like lead, chromium, cadmium, mercury, plastic include PVC are the elements mainly damages human body. Elements of lead damages the central and peripheral nervous system, blood system and kidney damage affects brain development of children. Then chromium. Chromium develops asthmatic chronocyte and damages DNA. Cadmium. Toxic irreversible effects on human health accumulates in kidney and liver, causes neural damage. And mercury element. Chronic damage to brain and respiratory system. Plastic include PVC element. Burning causes dioxin. It causes respiratory and developmental problems in human body. Immune system damages. Interfere with regular hormones, which means it lead to hormonal imbalance in the human body. These are the causes of e-waste on human body. So move on to the next slide. In this slide, I am going to discuss how this become e-waste and the reasons. Reasons are advertisement in technology. Advertisement plays a crucial role while changing in the devices. Every customer prefers new gadgets these days. People used to replace old gadgets and purchase new gadgets, which causes e-waste. Change in style, fashion, and status. Gadgets which are costly means they are in a high status, right? So, change in style means the style of the gadget is being changing. Old fashioned devices were replaced or it becoming e-waste. Nearing the end of their useful life. Useful life means the expiry of the gadget is being the cause of the e-waste. Not taking precaution while handling them. By functioning the gadgets, we have to take some precautions so the lifespan of the gadget will be long. Without taking this, the gadget cannot be functioned properly, right? So, while not taking precious time for the gadget may lead to damage in the software, and affects the whole device. These are the main reasons for becoming the e-waste. So move on to the next slide. In this slide, I'm going to discuss the methods of disposal of e-waste. Why we should ensure safe disposal of things. The formal section handles electronic waste by recycling or final disposal. Much of electronics that reaches the sites are out of date to more developed countries. There is whole economic market for electronic waste because the parts can be dismantled and being scrap metals can be recycled. Landfill disposal allow heavy metals to leak into groundwater, which causes groundwater pollution, acid bath or damages and cause water and soil contamination. Water and soil contamination may lead to damage in the crop and problem in agriculture field. To ensure exported materials are handled properly. In the next anime, we can explain briefly by methods of disposal of e-waste. So check out the anime in the next slide. In this slide, the most important methods in recycling is being discussed, in where there are three major methods for recycling. They are disassemble, upgrading, and material recovery. Disassembling. It is the symmetric removal of components, parts, or a group of parts from the product in e-waste, where each and every similar parts were being classified or separated. Upgrading. It includes communicating and separation of materials using mechanical or physical metallurgical methods. To recovery material includes refining. Materials recovery. The materials are recovered by recycling facilities. The plastic, glass, metals can be recovered by sorting them before mixing them with other waste. These are the most important methods in recycling. So move on to the next slide. In this slide, advantages of recycling of e-waste will be discussed. The advantages were the asset recovery, reduction if needed for refilling, reduction of junk and clutters, resale and reuse, creation of jobs. These are the advantages of recycling of e-waste. So move on to the last slide, that is the conclusion. Conclusion of e-waste. E-waste has emerged as one of the fastest growing waste stream worldwide today. Electronic gadgets without proper disposal can cause environmental harm. Reuse and recycle are more beneficial than simple disposal. Designing of products using environment friendly raw materials can make a change. Awareness of e-waste should be given to the society. Government should take steps to reduce e-waste disposal. So let's not waste e-waste from the present generation and teach the children to reuse and recycle each and every devices after using. Thank you. Thank you for listening the presentation.